in progress.
Jashanpreet Singh, and I am here to discuss the task 4.1c. Uh, from line 122, 121. First, we define a public method that performs a binary search on the data using a default comparer. It initializes a comparer of type T using the default comparer. Then it calls the overloaded binary search method with the element and the default comparer. Then this is an overloaded method that accepts an element and the custom comparer. Check if the data is empty. Uh, if true, uh, if if true, then it returns -1, indicating the element is not found. Ensures It ensures that if the comparer is null, it uses the default comparer. Then we call the private recursive binary search method passing the element compare and initially search bounds. Then we define a private method, recursive method for performing the uh, ac- accu for actual binary search. Uh, Base case of the recursion, if the search bound cross the element is not found, so it return -1. Then calculate the midpoint of the current search bounds. Then if the element is less than the midpoint, recursively search the lower half. Then if the element is equal to the midpoint, then return the index. Otherwise, it returns the recursively search the upper half. Uh, then the method returns an illuminator rater for interacting over the collection. Uh, return a new instance of iterator class, passing the class this to it. Then this is an explicit interface implementation for the non-generic enumerable interface called the generic get enumerator method to return the enumerator. Then define a private class method nested that implements enumerator, holds a reference to the vector t instance being iterated over, then tracks the current position of the iteration starting point from the first element, constructions, then constructor that initialize the dash v with the provided vector t instance, uh, then implement the current property of enumerator t, returning the current element, uh, getter for the current property, attempt to the return of the current element over here. If and Then if condition is if an out of range exception occurs, returns the default value of t. Explicit implementation of non-generic I enumerate the current property attempts to return the current element as an object. Uh, if an out of range exception occurs, return the default value of t. then advances the enumerator to the next element, and increment uh, inc- uh, increments minor under current index and returns whether it is still within the bound of collections, then reset the enumerator to its initial position before the first element. Then at last, uh, elements the dispose method implements the dispose method. Here it does nothing but it required for the I enumerator interface. Now we will run the code, and we get the output with all the past test cases passed successfully.